to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening, everyone. Could I have a motion to open up the town board meeting February 26th, 2026?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
First item on the agenda, we're going to go to Attorney Rob Rometta, review and approve the proposed resolution settling the tax certiorari claim for Goshen Cas Realty LLC, Section 114, Block 5, Block 14. Rob, the floor is yours.
Maybe she muted that.
I always you're ready. The battery's dead.
Hello.
Don't mind. I never need mine. I'm loud enough.
I'll just stay with it.
Sorry about
No, that's okay. I'll stay with it. That's worked out. Okay, so good evening, Special Counsel Robert Betta. Here requesting the board to propose with a proposed resolution and requesting permission to settle a pending tax certiorari case which relates to the Goshen Diner Cas Group, and the entity's name is Goshen Cas Realty Group LLC, owner occupied facility, Goshen Diner. We worked with the town assessment office for a few months on this one. When you're dealing with a diner like this, an owner occupied, it's very challenging to value. It could be a cash business. Something you really can't trust all of their alleged reported income and expenses. So what we did was we ran a valuation of the property with a combination of both looking at the income approach, which we went back and forth with petitioner's counsel on, as well as comparable diners, especially the ones along 17, just like this, because they're of greater value or similar, situated to the Goshen Diner. And so the end result was we found that the Goshen Diner here was overassessed, and in fact, if they pushed it further, they may have ended up with a greater assessment than what we're proposing this evening. A few extra things I wanted to note was I find this to be a good settlement because it's avoiding the cost of litigation. There's no appraisal fee. We're avoiding the interest and penalties that accrue under Real Property Tax Law 726. We're avoiding additional legal fees of going to court and arguing about the same things we've been discussing for the last 6 months. And another good thing about the settlement is under Real Property Tax Law 727, this assessment will stay frozen for no less than 3 years, which means that the petitioners can't bring a challenge, we can't adjust the assessment, so it gives a settlement and certainty to our tax base. Overall, what I provided also to the board was the anticipated refunds for the town, which would equal $2,992. And when we were looking at what our exposure was, if they would have pushed it further, it could have been greater. And the next tax year coming up will be the tentative roll set in May, and then the final roll set in July. And once they start compounding years, that's when the refunds get bigger. So in view of that, I submit that this is a very good settlement and asking that for board's approval. Thank you.
How come they're not going back beyond 25? Was it a change of ownership in 25?
No, the same owner. This was the first year they challenged, and because, and this happens every once in a while, where a property that we see there is exposure, it isn't worth pushing it too hard. Alan, Aileen, and I decide to stop it at that first year the best that we can to limit the exposure. So the reason why this is different than some of the other settlements I've had before the board is we tactically chose to get this case resolved immediately because of the potential moving forward.
School district is good with it?
Yes, and this also affects the village, and I sent that over to them as well.
All of them, all municipalities, village, everybody?
Correct.
This is a, as we always talk, this is a were you right or were you wise? And in this particular point, even if we were right, it's wise to settle, because I'm sure the legal fees and just taking this to litigation, first of all, it's very expensive, and second of all, it's risky. So, yeah, good, it's a very good settlement.
Thank you.
Good job.
One other thing, page 3, it talks about the special district taxes. I thought special district taxes were exempt.
They are exempt, and so the way that reads is if they use the words "if any." What happens is the firms, usually from Long Island, are the
Cats.
yeah, exactly. So what we have before us is kind of their one-size-fits-all settlement order. I tailored it to the extent that, so a lot of this is no consequence. One specified revisions that I asked for in here was to give the latitude that, if you see under the town's portion, I give the latitude that the county can refund to the town, advance that refund, and charge back to the extent, because I know sometimes that's the protocol that we use. But otherwise, the rest of that's boilerplate.
Okay, need a motion?
Yeah, motion to adopt the resolution is prepared for Goshen Cats Realty.
So moved.
Second?
All in favor? Need a roll call?
Roll call. Aye.
Councilmember Cantorino?
Aye.
Councilmember Lyons?
Aye.
Councilmember Gallo?
Aye.
Councilmember Flores?
Aye.
Supervisor Betcha?
Aye. Thanks, Rob, appreciate it. Good
Thank
work.
you.
Thank you, Rob.
All right, we're going to go a little out of sequence here, and I'm gonna turn the mic over to Chief Post.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Supervisor, Town Board of the Town of Goshen. Thank you, Rob Remetta. Very nice presentation. I'm gonna go a little off script if I got some leeway.
You got 5
I
minutes
present, I present to you, Honorable Town Board, Town of Goshen, Town Clerk Deputy, the Town of Goshen Police Department. The thin blue line in the Town of Goshen, this is it, you're looking at it. We're missing 3 guys. One guy I don't know, some people are working, 3 or 4 guys. 3, 4? Who else is missing? He's not getting paid.
Nitro's not here.
Oh, Nitro!
Officer Nitro.
Thank you to the members of the public that came. And thank you to the thousands of listeners online. Maybe we'll set a YouTube record tonight. Do I have time to say? Bernard Rivers, 40-plus year veteran law enforcement. Melissa Parzial, EMT, part-time Goshen cop. Johnny Barajas, bilingual Goshen cop, full-timer, new hire. Mike Figueroa, retired K-9 handler out of New York City, current K-9 handler. He does exist. I know we looked for Nitro. Nitro came yesterday. Man, he's so good, so beautiful. Kevin Donahue, full-timer, fully certified in commercial vehicle enforcement. So if you drive a truck around here, be careful. Chris Blessington, brand new hire, part-time, just retired from the Bronxville Police Department as a sergeant. We're glad to have him here. Basil Commandoria, retired, Village of Goshen. Pretty much permanent, a Village of Goshen PD. He's been with us part-time for a long time. He's pretty much the permanent court officer, keeps the judges and everybody safe. Jason Lewis, our traffic officer, retired state police. If you haven't met Jason,
You will.
you will. My 2 sergeants, Stan Lipinski, Ed Edwards.
Yeah.
20-plus years with the department. They hold it down. They deal with me. Nigel Balgobin, CVEU, fully involved in the department, full-timer, Goshen resident, even though he went to Chester High School. Natalie Welsh, full-time officer
So did I.
and photographer. She just got put in for a DWI award. She might get. Doing really good. Antonio Esposito, EMT, full-timer, Goshen resident, born and raised in Goshen. Terrence Moore, full-time officer, born and raised in Goshen.
Class of 2008.
There's your thin blue line. This is it. You might think like there's hundreds of us. This is about it. And we're out there, and I'm proud of them. And last but not least, the executive assistant to the town of Goshen Police Chief, Laura. Laura puts up with a lot. There's a lot of crazy people there. And she's invaluable. And she puts up with me. All right. This is pretty much the first ever that I know of awards night for some of the officers here that performed in an exemplary manner in the town. Courageous. I don't know what to say. Medal of Valor. We do a lot every day, all kinds of, you wouldn't believe the calls and types of things we do, but these two situations really stood out last year, and I felt as though they needed to be honored for their service. So Melissa Gallo is going to read the first award, which is going to be presented to Terrence Moore, raise your hand, and Nigel Balgobin for their meritorious action with an emotionally disturbed person in a group home, and it could have ended with use of force, fatal use of force, but it didn't. It was de-escalated by these two officers, and Melissa could read it.
On behalf of the Town of Goshen, the Goshen Town Board, and Chief Post, we would like to commend Town of Goshen Police Officers Moore and Balgobin for their exemplary service and professionalism demonstrated during a priority, emotionally disturbed person call at 335 Arcadia Road. Upon receiving a call from Orange County 911, officers responded promptly and were met by a resident nurse who reported that an argument with a resident had escalated into threatening behavior. While officers were on scene, they could hear the gentleman yelling upstairs, moving furniture, heightening concern for the safety of all present. With the assistance of the Orange County Sheriff's Office units, Officers Moore and Balgobin proceeded upstairs to a locked room. After retaining a key from the manager, they encountered resistance as the door was barricaded with heavy furniture. Upon gaining limited access, they observed a man holding a large hunting knife to his own throat. In a highly volatile and potentially life-threatening situation, the officers demonstrated exceptional composure, sound judgment, and advanced de-escalation skills. Through calm and deliberate communication, they successfully persuaded this gentleman to drop the knife without the use of force. Their actions ensured the safety of the residents, staff, and responding personnel while preserving the dignity and well-being of an individual in crisis. Following the successful de-escalation, officers coordinated with Orange County 911 to arrange for a mental health evaluation at Garnet Health. Officers Moore and Nigel's professionalism, restraint, and commitment to duty reflect great credit upon themselves and the Town of Goshen Police Department. Their actions exemplify the highest standards of law enforcement service and the department's dedication to protecting and serving our community. Please extend our sincere appreciation and gratitude to both officers for their outstanding performance.
Want to take a couple of pictures quick? We got time?
Got
Or
their
save it?
awards,
Yeah,
Joe?
All right, front and center. You want Joe to come down?
Yeah.
Look at Natalie, look at Natalie.
You're me.
This doesn't happen often. Might never happen again.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Chief, then.
Chief, you wanna give me a microphone? Gorgeous. Yeah, one more.
I gotta go off topic again. All right, I'm gonna go off topic. Please don't fire me, don't get mad at me. All right, I'm gonna lead you into this next one. A thief that thinks, and crackhead, that thinks he can walk around the streets of Goshen and break into your home and steal your stuff. So it happens. He thought he could do it in Goshen. He miscalculated. He might have grabbed a giant brick and calculated what window to throw it at, how fast to throw it, what velocity, but what he didn't calculate is that these guys were already down the road looking for him. They were nearby. And the Carrolls are here tonight, and they know how it feels. And this guy had no ties to Goshen. He had nothing to do with Goshen. He just decided he's going to take a walk through Goshen, try to break into a house or two. And he picked the wrong house on that day. So Melissa will read the next one.
Thank you. Tonight, we are also recognizing Sergeant Edwards, Officer Moore, and Officer Esposito for their courageous, decisive, and highly professional actions during a burglary in progress on January 16th, 2026. On that date, Town of Goshen units were dispatched by Orange County 911 to a report of a male suspect actively breaking into a residence after throwing a brick through a window. The 20-year-old caller advised that she was hiding in an upstairs closet in fear for her safety while the suspect forcibly entered her home. Town of Goshen units 271, 277, 278, and 275 responded immediately and conducted a rapid exterior assessment of the residence and surrounding property. While officers were positioned outside, the suspect opened the rear door and encountered Chief Post. Upon seeing police presence, the suspect retreated back into the residence, prompting the establishment of a secure perimeter and the request for additional law enforcement resources. Multiple units from the Orange County Sheriff's Office and the New York State Police responded to assist. Sergeant Edwards, Officer Moore, and Officer Esposito worked in close coordination with responding agencies, including members of the Orange County Sheriff's Office Special Operations Group, to conduct a systematic and controlled clearing of the residence. During the clearing of the second floor, officers located the young victim hiding in the closet. She was safely recovered and carefully escorted from the residence without injury, a direct result of the officer's swift response, tactical discipline, and unwavering focus on preserving life. After clearing the upper levels of the home, it was determined that the suspect was likely hiding in the basement. Despite multiple loud and repeated surrender commands issued by the Orange County Sheriff's Office K-9 unit, the suspect refused to comply. The New York State Police deployed a drone to assist in locating the suspect within the basement area. Officers then made entry through the basement and conducted a methodical search, ultimately locating the suspect hiding inside a basement closet. He was taken into custody without further incident. Investigation revealed a broken basement bathroom window consistent with forced entry, corroborating the victim's initial 911 report. The suspect was transported to the Town of Goshen Police Station, where he was processed without incident. A records check revealed a positive hit for an out-of-state warrant with full extradition confirmed. The suspect was subsequently transferred to central arraignment, appeared before the Honorable Judge Smith, and was remanded to the Orange County Jail. The actions of Sergeant Edwards, Officer Moore, and Officer Esposito exemplify bravery, teamwork, and unwavering commitment to protecting the residents of the Town of Goshen. Their rapid and coordinated response undoubtedly prevented further harm and ensured the safe rescue of a young woman in a terrifying situation. Their professionalism and composure under pressure reflect the highest standards of law enforcement service and bring great credit upon themselves and the Town of Goshen Police Department. Please extend our sincere appreciation and gratitude to these officers for their outstanding and courageous service. Thank you.
Very nice certificates too, by the way.
Very nice. You're gonna run out of room soon.
Yeah.
I'm gonna run out of room on the wall.
Officer Esposito. Almost got bit by a canine that day. Running out, chief. We have the body cam. Sergeant Ed Edwards.
Congratulations, great job, Chief.
Sarge, good to see you. I believe my time on the mic is over. Night.
Hi, guys.
Thank you, Melissa. That was,
Sure did.
Before you leave, one other thing we should say, all of this is happening because of our great chief. Chief
Yeah.
get back to work.
Oh, yeah, I know. Oh, it's gonna be tough. Yes.
Next item on the agenda is the review and approval of seeker for Myron Yabansky Memorial Park. The proposed expansion of Myron Yabansky Memorial Park located at 118 Craigville Road. Before the town board can consider approvals related to this project, the board must comply with the New York State Environmental Quality Review Act, commonly known as seeker. Tonight's action is procedural in nature. We are not approving the project. We are initiating the environmental review process required by the state. The proposed action involves the expansion of existing park facilities, including construction of 3 new athletic fields, removal of 1 existing baseball field, construction of approximately 116 parking spaces, installation of a new access drive, expansion of the playground area, installation of the splash pad, associated grading and tree clearing. The state environmental assessment form has been submitted and reviewed by the board. Accordingly, the project is properly classified as an unlisted action under seeker. The board has also reviewed whether any other agency has jurisdiction by law to fund, approve, or undertake this project for the purposes of seeker. Based on the information presently available, the board determines that no other involved agency with discretionary approval authority exists. Therefore, coordinated review is not required. Any questions from the board?
No.
Yep. Pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
So, could I have a motion to assume lead agency and classify this as an unlisted action on the seeker?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Or do you need a roll call?
Yeah.
Roll call?
Councilmember Gallo?
Aye.
Councilmember Florio?
Aye.
Councilmember Lyons?
Aye.
Councilmember Camperino?
Aye.
Supervisor Betcha?
Aye. All right. Next item on the agenda is the review of the signs of this full parking plan. We have the applicant's engineer, Jason Pittengaro, here. He can take us through the process.
Got that, Lena? Just gonna flip this over to, site plan here. Okay, so I'm Jason Pittengaro from Pittengaro and Doach. This is Lena Lee from Pittengaro and Doach. We represent Science of the Soul. We have been to the board before, and we are here tonight to present our modified plan and to continue the process of seeking approval. The project has been circulated to the planning board, which had issued some perfunctory comments that referred it back to this board for approval. And we have made some modifications since we were last before the board. We have added an additional entrance to gain the 600 feet that's needed for compliance. Last time we were before the board, we talked about using permeable surface for the parking area, including the potential for grass surface. And we have done that throughout the parking area except for the aisleways, which we have maintained a stone surface on just for
just to maintain their passability and for any emergency purposes, we could access the remainder of the site. And we've also included some shuttle areas here that will work with the extended entrance that will be similar to those that were to be implemented at Strong Farm. We have also submitted the long form EAF, which Mr. Hoffman had requested, and a number of other materials for the board's review as well. And we're here to seek any further comment for the board, and again, to move forward with the process of getting the parking area approved. Again, this is approximately 900 spaces. It's substantially smaller than the parking area that was approved at Strong Farm, and it is a complete replacement of the parking that is at Strong Farm. That will no longer be used by Science of the Soul, so it's not any additional parking. It's actually a substantial reduction in the total parking. Again, it's only scheduled for use very infrequently, and by that I mean 2 or 3 times per year. So it's a pretty minimal impact for this size of a parcel compared to some of the other uses there. There was some other items that were mentioned in Mr. Hoffman's memo. I just would point out that a large portion of the surrounding developments along Hartley are industrial developments. And this kind of fits with that in that it's really very little development in terms of the site impact. And it won't interfere with their operations, and their operations won't interfere with this operation. So I think it's a good fit in that way. There are a couple code quirks that we'd ask for some relief on. One is that there would be sidewalks along the frontage. I really don't think that's warranted in this case, and it doesn't seem to make sense with the industrial users that are adjacent to it. And there is also a requirement in terms of the parking for the number of islands that are required. And again, just because of the infrequent use and the idea that we don't want to start building a bunch of curbs and other infrastructure, that I understand the intention. If you have a large parking lot, say at CVS, you want to have that landscaped, and I think that would actually detract from the concept here if we were to do that by adding all those things. There will be plantings. There will be plantings. They're actually shown on the subsequent page here along the frontage, and we can provide, so they're all along the frontage, and we can provide plantings in the island areas that we have proposed already. It's just a very, I don't want to say strict, but a very, I think you needed to have an island every 20 spaces, and then 2 trees per island. I think that is going to kind of detract from the nature of the site and the rural way that it's going to remain if we were to do it this way. So we're asking for some relief on that. And besides that, we're glad to take any questions or talk to the board about any next steps that we have to take.
So it's my understanding that Strong Farm's going up for sale and back on the tax roll.
Yes.
Okay. It's also my understanding that they're going to go ahead and still allow the parking for the Heritage Trail on the corner.
On this property?
Well, on the corner property.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we're closer to the existing residents.
Okay. Any other comments from the board?
Yeah, I have a couple. Just procedurally, there's a public hearing that's required, which we'll have at some point down the road.
Sure.
Floodplain permit is needed,
Yes.
and a variance.
Yes.
You're gonna go, what, to the ZBA for that?
We would need to go to
Yeah.
the ZBA. Unfortunately, the project needs a variance for the floodplain coverage, or the impervious surface coverage.
Mhm.
The entirety of the site is within the area that would be considered, so it's not possible to maintain 25% coverage, because the entirety of the area is within that, the environmental overlay zone. So we would have to go for a variance for that. So, any approvals that were ultimately granted by this board would be subject to those variances, yes.
It says on page 5, that 89% of the site will remain as open or undeveloped green space. So I guess you're taking, when I say 89%, you're taking like the parking spots themselves as open space.
Yeah, besides, there'll be all grass surfaces is what we're getting at. There won't be any new impervious surfaces that are created as part of this. I mean, you consider the gravel, and that was all that we were considering as a new developed space. The other areas will remain as grass space.
Okay, so it really, in fact, is 89%.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's see.
And just to flip back there's a huge swath of this parcel that is going to remain, undeveloped. Save those small existing residences that were already there in the barn that was already there.
Page 3 of the report, page 3 of 13, says, I think I clarified it in another spot, but I wanted to make sure. It talks about phase 1 and phase 2. So when it says phase 2 would involve the potential expansion of parking facilities on the northern portion of the site as warranted by future demand. So as I read that from this particular point, it would seem to me that there's gonna be more than 936 spots.
There was initially contemplation of that, but we're not contemplating that. And if that were to happen, it would come before the whole board again.
Mhm. Okay.
The issue with that is the stream corridor there, which we are unable to really cross at this point.
Page 7 states about during operations, it just states Monday through Friday will be 9 to 5. But I think these affairs that they have tend to be on weekends.
Those are on weekends. I'm not sure if maybe we were referring to construction there or it's just an error. Yes,
It says there's a separate spot for construction.
okay.
And that says Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. All I'm saying is I think that
Agreed.
I'm looking at it as operations, meaning when they're having their events,
Right.
and that would be on the weekends.
Agreed. They are typically on the weekends. They run through 2 weekends a year usually.
Okay, that was a question I had, but that was already answered. So the parking for the Heritage Trail stays the same. Another thing it says here, when we're talking about surface water features, I guess apparently, I don't know how you came to this, but basically it says there are pollutants that are in the water, specifically total dissolved solids and total phosphorus.
Mm-hmm.
So, did you do some type of?
It's DEC.
Autofilled by the DEC.
Yeah.
Like filling out that form.
Oh, I see, okay,
Yeah.
so they, DEC apparently has done some
They do it-
evaluation
Yeah,
and
yeah.
found these types of things in the waters in and around this particular site.
Exactly. They've done a general classification of these waters and the surrounding waters. So when you go through doing the form, it auto-populates a number of things which the DEC has already determined. So, for instance, if there was a lot of trees that were to be cleared here, it would have flagged endangered species for like long-eared bat or something like that.
I see,
And that, I'm sure you see that on most applications that come through the board or the planning board.
right. So then towards the end of that, it specifically says that over and over again, or something quite close to that. Specifically, it says, digital mapping data is not available or incomplete, refer to the EAF workbook.
Mm-hmm.
Is that something that you guys have access to? Is that?
The EAF workbook is just a document from the state that you can go back and look through.
I
Yes.
see, okay. And I think that's it, that's all I have. Help.
No, the only thing that we had talked about leaving grass to keep the rural nature of the parking lot rather than, and I'm pleased to see how you did it so that, I just am concerned about if there's lots of inclement weather when you're having these occasions, Will the ground be able to absorb the water, or how will that work?
Sure,
As
so,
far as all that parking?
yeah, we talked about it, Mr. Florio brought it up last time, that this
Right.
is, well, for lack of a technical term, we'll call it a little soggy out there.
Okay.
So the idea is that the grade will be raised a little, which is why we need to get the floodplain permit. And we'll use some under drains through there, which will be perforated pipe, similar to, say, like a septic field, but it'll
Right.
work in the reverse. Instead of dispersing the water, it'll
Right.
collect the water and drain it away to keep the parking spots firmer
Right.
and to allow the water to be transferred.
Yeah, that was my only real concern with that, what would happen. That's,
And again, so that is, to speak to that a little bit, that's why we kept the aisles, which will have
Right.
continuous traffic, stone,
Right.
and then the parking spaces, which will usually just have like basically one trip in and one trip out
Right.
as grass, because they won't see
Yeah.
nearly as much traffic.
yeah, that's good. Okay.
It's kinda hard to, when you look at a map as compared to what it's gonna be actually when you're there, but it seems pretty tight with all of those parking spots there. And I assume the answer is, the answer is,
It's not.
there's a lot of, cars gonna be backing up, going forward. Is there enough room to manipulate all of this type of stuff with all of those spaces?
Sure, so the aisles are a standard aisle width of 24 foot, like they would have at CVS or anywhere else. What I would say is that if, and I do go there, I'd admit, to Starbucks in the morning here in Goshen, that would probably have a lot more traffic than you would see here in terms of coming and going, because if you think about it, if you're coming to an event here, you're going to park and get on the shuttle and then go to the event for 8 hours or so. So the frequency of pulling in and out of the parking spaces is very low compared to, say, at Starbucks, where you run in and get your coffee that's already, or go into CVS, grab your script that's already been ordered, and then come out. And so the dimensions are the same as any standard parking lot. It just, maybe it looks more constrained because there are so many spaces in between.
Mm-hmm. Rick?
I'm good, thank you.
Melissa?
Nope, I'm good.
With that being said, I'd like a motion to assume lead agency on this.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
You don't need it, no.
All in favor?
Aye.
I need a motion to classify this as a type 1 seeker action under N6 NYCRR Part 617.4B61, B6I. This is required to be a type 1 since the project involves a physical altercation of more than 10 acres.
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
And motion to authorize the town consultant to prepare a Part 2 EAF.
So move.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, so this is going to be referred to, for a 239.
Yeah, so we need
So we
30
need 30
days.
days, and we can schedule a public hearing for March 26, 2026. That
Is
work
that good
good?
with you guys? And you just have to get the listing from Grace, and she'll give you the listing
Sure.
for the addresses.
And do we need a referral to the ZBA, or we could just make application?
You
Make
can
the application.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Thank you all. Have a great night.
Thank you.
Yep. Thank you.
Okay, next item on the agenda is the award of engineering services for water treatment improvements for Arcadia Hills. We had four companies send in a request for information. Sean Hoffman, our engineer, did an independent evaluation scoring sheet. And the company that won with 95 points is Delaware Engineering. Any questions? From the board? No? You don't have any?
Nope.
All right, so, do I need to
Make a motion.
make a motion to award the, RFP,
RFQ.
Engineering services to Delaware.
engineering services to Delaware Engineering.
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
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 All right, Next item on the agenda is we discuss and approve the hiring of part-time clerk Wasinda Stefanik in the assessor's office at $22 an hour. Any questions?
Well, I didn't see any application or anything like this.
She's
still
filling it out
filling it
now.
out now.
Yeah.
But she's a resident of the
She
village,
is.
right?
Mhm.
Yeah, okay.
She's been here, what, a week already? A couple
No,
of
2 days.
2 days?
It's close enough.
Time flies when you're having fun down the road.
Aileen
Start
needs
yours.
the help to get the role ready for
Yeah,
April, May,
Alan?
we're gonna be crunched. Alan's leaving next Thursday.
Right.
next Thursday.
Mm.
And we have a breakfast here for him, correct?
Thursday morning. we're
Thursday
gonna-
morning.
Ah, okay.
Retirement
Thank you.
breakfast. You didn't want it, but, you know.
No, no, that's
Thursday
good.
morning? Thursday morning, yes. It'll be his last day.
So, if you want to attend,
Yeah, it's open to all town employees, all, the board, anybody that would like to come and send him off.
week from today.
Yep.
What time? Usually
Let's say
Okay.
9:30?
9:30?
Yeah.
So I need a motion to approve the hiring of the part-time clerk.
So moved.
Second?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Alright, so with that, discuss and approve the appointment of Aileen Ippolito as the acting assessor. Currently, she's
We
the-
cannot appoint anybody as an assessor yet. It's in October. I gotta check with the state, and she has a couple of classes to take. So when Alan took over too, at that point, it's called acting assessor. It's,
Okay.
But that capacity along with the part-timer, we're
Yeah.
good.
She
well,
believes in
the
it, yeah.
office,
Yeah.
Alright,
Good.
so could I have a motion to approve Aileen Ippolito as the acting assessor?
So moved.
Second?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Number 7. Number 7 is introductory law number 1 of 2026, a local law adopting a moratorium on certain solar energy uses.
You're just acknowledging receipt of it, and
Just
we're gonna have
acknowledging
it on
receipt
our
of it,
next
correct.
meeting.
So-
Okay.
The board has it, and we have, 10 days? 10 days to review
It
it?
has to stay on your desk for 10 days before you can
Mhm.
review it.
So nothing more than information right now, correct?
Okay.
Correct.
So
Okay.
should we be setting a public hearing?
Not yet,
Can't,
no.
not until the next meeting.
It's reviewed, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. Next item is review and approve the February 12th town board minutes. Any questions on it?
Nope, so moved.
So a motion to approve it,
So move.
second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Discuss and approve a motion to authorize the supervisor to pay accounts payable check run February 2026 in the amount of $971,309.26. That motion?
So moved.
Second,
Second?
all in favor?
Aye.
Review and approve a manual AP run as of February 28, 2026 in the amount of $25,578.60. Add that motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Alright. Privilege of the floor. Anybody like to speak? Nobody would like to speak? All right.
Doing a good job then, hey,
Motion to
all
close
right.
the town board meeting,
So
February
moved.
26, 2026.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. What just happened?
Great.
Nobody wanted to speak?